We'll begin with the GitLab project. We click on the Branches menu. In the branches, we see that we have a master one, a development one that will work as our integration branch during this example, and an incoming change branch that we will use later for a second deployment and where we will see the changes that we made. For this, we will first return to the project overview. We will open Jenkins in another tab and log in. Inside Jenkins, we can notice that there is nothing to see in Home, so we will go to Templates, and we will proceed for this example to execute a frontend template. We click on it. Once inside the template, we will click on Build with Parameters, and then fill the necessary fields. In this case, I will generate an app named Welcome. We will copy the project URL from GitLab. The release branch is the master one. As we said it, the integration branch will be the development one. For these fields, we will leave them as it comes as default. They are only there in case a special command is used to compile and obtain the dependencies. The output path will be built. We will also leave the unit test section as it comes by default, and we will set the folder where we want to create the pipeline job. In this case, it will be demo. We then click on execute. We can see that one execution is in process. If we want to see the progress, we can click on the console output. There we can note that a new job has already been created. We can access it if we click directly on the link, or if we go to the Jenkins homepage. There we will see a demo folder, and inside it, we will find our job. We click on it, and then we select Build with Parameters. In this case, we can see that what we filled in the template is already shown here. As I said, there are fields that were filled with some commands by default to compile and obtain the dependencies. For these demo purposes, we will skip some stages, which are the unit test, the sonar, and HORUSEC, which is a code vulnerability scan. We can select where we will be deploying. We can select deploy to Google Kubernetes engine, AWS, a virtual machine, or none. You will find more options in this list. So, we will simply click on execute. Meanwhile, we can check on the console output in another tab. As it is shown, we can see how it will grow through all the stages. Once that the last phase is reached, we can return to the console output. The process is already finished, and so we get a public URL from where we will be able to access our application. If we access it, we will find a deployed demo page. I'll leave it there, so we can see the changes after. Then, as if we were the developers, we will proceed to make a new change. In this case, I have already prepared the branch with a little change. And I have already made a merge request. We can access it and visualize the changes that we will perform. Let's watch it, side by side, to observe the change. In this case, we are simply adding a line that will be shown in our demo page. Then we go to perform the merge. Once it is done, in the moment that we go back to the pipeline, we can see that the execution was triggered automatically with a push that I made. So, I push triggered by a merge request. We can observe how the stages happen again. We will open the console output in a new tab. We can see the progress, and at this moment, the artifact is already uploaded. Here we see that the process has terminated, so we access the URL again. We can note that it's the same one as before, and the change that we performed is already deployed. This URL consists of the name of the application, the namespace where it's found, and the environment to where it's pointed. This has the objective to deploy microservices and front in a development or productive environment. If we refresh the page on the tab we had before, we can also see the new modification. This is the whole flow for a deployment in development. It will be the same one for release. In the case of a release, as a certain additional control has to be carried out, we can make it manual. So, we simply select the release checkbox and click on Execute. Once this was performed, we can go to the console output. Go to the end and validate that we are now in a productive environment, not in a development one. In the moment that we open the web page, we can see the deployment in the productive environment. As it is for a release, we can see the version that was in the master branch, not the one that was in the development branch that we modified previously with another change.